in the first half, so very physical, but the officials let them play.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of both. You know, early on I thought there was some tackiness called. Some of the Railers upset a little bit with some of the fouls, and the coaching staff as well. And then it's kind of gotten where they've been you know, letting them play a little bit more. So it's nice to see. It's nice that the Railers are in a contest here, and you know, we'll see if we can come out and have a good third quarter here.
For the Railers, Tate Sloan, Titus Cannon, Drew Bacon, Isaiah Bowers, Ben Grunder, your starters on the floor for the Railers. Railers with the basketball, moving to the basket to our left. Bowers holds between the circle, pitches it back to Bacon. Bacon drives in, back out to Grunder in the corner. Ben, pull-up jumper, high off the glass and good.
Boy, that was a great shot, too. He got to right about that block area and had two guys on him. Ben just went over the top of him and kissed it off the glass.
And it's almost taken away by Sloan. Back out to Livingston, now to Odom. Swing it over to Rockmeyer. Moats. And we saw at certain times in the first half, Josh, Taylorville very willing to be patient.
Yeah, they have. And I think if you're a proponent of the shot clock in high school basketball, which we keep hearing more and more about, this is one of those games where you're wanting it.
Three from the left side, no good. But the loose ball rebound tipped back out to the Tornadoes. Lincoln couldn't grab that one. Moats, near side to Odom. Odom watched by Titus at the top of the zone. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Railer lead is 4 at 20-16.
Berkshire, number 25 for Taylorville, averaging almost 16 points a game just with 3 in that first half. So we'll look to see if they try to get him going a little bit more, along with Moats.
Over to Livingston. There is Berg Schneider. Near side to Odom. Right side Moats, watched by Sloan. Right now, Taylorville just looking for that first good shot. They think they found it at 14 feet, but the shot is missed by Rothmeyer. Railers with the rebound.
Yeah, he didn't look comfortable shooting it from there. Not sure he's a guy that looks to score from that free throw line. Their coach was happy that he took it, but it didn't look real confident.
So now the Railers under 6 minutes to go. Cannon tries to drive, cut off by Livingston. Bowers dumps back to Titus. Titus goes baseline, kicks back out to Sloan. Now to Ben. Ben fakes one way, then the other. Pull up from 14.
Nice.
Good again.
Yeah, just that shake, that jab step one way and Ben going the other way. And he's picked it up right where he started this game. We just hope that he stays out on the floor.
Grunder now with 9. Oh, and a foul is going to be whistled on Titus. As Titus went to try and make the steal, he and Moats collided. Titus over there quickly to lend a hand to help him up. Titus with his first on the Railers, 5:31 to go in the third. And Coach Brown for Taylorville is going to take a timeout, just a 30-second timeout. So again, we will keep it here. Railers on top, 22-16. Gives us a chance to say thank you to Lincoln Printers, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, and Headline Salon, LLC, for their sponsorship of Railer basketball this year. And Josh, you almost get the sense that Coach Brown is treating this as not 5.5 to go in the third, but 1.5 to go in the game. He's thinking every possession is critical right now.
And a momentum breaker, too. You know, he did it in the first quarter when the Railers went on that run, and we're up 11-1, and the Railers got a little momentum here now. And I think on the last possession, I don't know that he minds a little bit of patience, but it just didn't look like Taylorville had their sights set on the rim. You know, they were doing a lot of passing around, and I think he wanted to remind them still to be aggressive going to the basket and kind of stop a little momentum by the Railers.
So after the Taylorville timeout, it worked for him last time. Swing it over to Berg Schneider, left side 3, partially blocked by Drew Bacon. Nice defense by Bacon.
And I think if you ask Coach Alexander, this is probably our best defensive lineup out there, Jeff. You got guys on the block that can really move in Bowers and Bacon, and you've got quickness up top.
Sloan on the left wing, back out to Cannon. Right side, now to Bacon. He's going to try that reverse, had it swatted out of his hands, but it lands back over to Tate. At the free throw line, Bowers over to Grunder. Grunder back to Isaiah, the elbow, 15-footer, short. Rebound to Taylorville.
That's his shot, though. That was right at the free throw line, nobody on him, straight on, and Bowers just left it short.
4:35 left. Lincoln leads still at 6, 22-16 in the third. Moats. Now to Bergschneider, over to Livingston. Notice how much further Lincoln's willing to come out on Livingston when he's got it.
Yeah, they know where he is, and of course after 3 threes, you hope we would find him a little bit more here in the second half. And I think that once we've done that, look how far Taylorville is now out on the perimeter, Jeff. Several steps off that three-point line, and a couple Railers running right at Livingston that time.
Kick it over, 3 on the way, left it short by Taylorville. Moats gets it back, fires up again. This one long, high off the backboard. Rebound to Cannon. So Taylorville a couple opportunities. Neither one go down. Lincoln with the basketball. 6-point lead. 3:50 to go. In the lane, little jumper from Bowers is good.
There it is. And once Isaiah's going to get that one to go, you might see that just several more times, and Coach go right back to the well on that and get him right at. Ooh, that's a steal layup.
Steal by Titus, all by himself for the easy three.
Great anticipation. Played the safety position perfectly on the 1-2-2 there. Titus read that skip pass and turned it into 2 points quickly.
And don't look now, but the Railers are back up by 10, 26-16. They're on a 13-0 run. 3:15 left in the third quarter.
See the Railers running at Livingston a little more now, Jeff, making him put that on the floor. He doesn't look to score off the dribble.
Tate's going to be whistled for the reach.
He wants to catch and shoot, and when you run at a guy that's not comfortable or not familiar with putting it on the ground, it throws his offensive game way out. The Railers doing a better job of running at him and contesting that shot.
Well, you're very familiar with being a good shooter. It's all about rhythm.
Yeah, and he had the rhythm going in the first half. The Railers doing a better job of finding him early.
Under 3 minutes to go. Railers have got out to an 8-0 lead here in the half. Tipped away. Tate Sloan tips it to himself and then peels back out. Inside to Isaiah with the bump. No call. Rebound comes down to Taylorville. Bounce ahead. Titus there for the steal. Ahead to Sloan. Tate bounces it back to Isaiah off the glass, and he missed the layup again. Livingston right side. Thought about the three. And then a foul's going to be whistled on Bacon on this side as Livingston went to drive. A lot of things happening, not much of them going right for Lincoln there, Josh.
Yeah, Isaiah with a couple chances. Thought he got fouled on the first one, but then the Railers get back and get another steal, and Sloan did a good job of dishing it off to Bowers, and just not his night right now. An easy opportunity that he converts on most of the time, and as you said, those little baskets can come back and get you.
So after the foul on Bacon, third team foul for the Railers in the half. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Lincoln 26, Taylorville 16. Bergschneider, Grunder out on him.
Yeah, look how far they are again, Jeff. Way out, 30 feet from the basket trying to run an offense. And we've seen the Railers have to do this at times against other teams, and you just don't have very good opportunities of positions to score here.
Bergschneider drives in.
Travel.
And a foul is going to be whistled in the lane on the Railers. Foul's going to go on Tate Sloan, his second, fourth team foul. Jermaine Hamlin will be checking in a moment. At the line, it will be Bergschneider. 1:51 to go. His first free throw on the way is up and good. Hamlin in, Bacon out. Railer basketball this year brought to you by Bright Idea Screen Printing, 5th Street Food Mart, and Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital.
Bergschneider's gotten the lane a few times. He just kind of looked off balance and has gotten bailed out several times on shots. I don't know, that was a whole lot of contact under there by Sloan that, again, bailed out, but Taylorville being aggressive to the basket.
Split the free throws, and now the Railers turn it over. 26-17. Long cross court to Bergschneider in the corner for three. Left it way short. Blocked by Hamlin, and Jermaine comes down with it. and then Jermaine's going to be fouled. Nice job by Jermaine going in there strong on defense. Foul's going to go on Moats, his second, first on Taylorville. Dewberry in, Sloan out. 1:24 left. Isaiah will inbound for the Railers on the baseline. Looking, gets it into Cannon. Isaiah and Cannon now flip it into the front court to Dewberry. 1:15 to go in the third. Lincoln lead is 9 at 26-17.
Yeah, Taylorville back in this almost a flathead 1-2-2, maybe called a 2-3 matchup. Looks like that middle is wide open if we can find Isaiah there again.
Grunder on the right wing, gets it back out to Cannon. Under a minute. Dewberry on the left side, Cannon out high. Dewberry fires off a high arcing three and hits it.
Yeah, and that's where he's really good. He loves those corner shots, Jeff, and that time Cannon did a better job of penetrating toward that elbow, that free throw line area to freeze his defender, and was able to kick it over to Dewberry, who knocked down the corner three.
29-17. Nice job of breaking the press by Taylorville, but Jermaine there was to alter the shot. Taylorville with the miss, and with 30 seconds to go, Lincoln up 12, 29-17 as we reach the end of the third.
Yeah, Jermaine definitely altered that one, and too many shot fakes, and Taylorville being uncomfortable with Jermaine trying to throw that thing in the bleachers.
Down to 13. Over to Grunder. Titus down the lane, drives high off the glass,
nice.
And it goes. Titus with the drive as we end the third. Lincoln will have a nice lead as we head to the fourth. At the end of 3, it's Lincoln at 31. Taylorville 17. Back with the fourth in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Along with Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby handling the video duties. Paula Kodak back at the WLCN studios. Jeff Benjamin with you. Railers with a lead of 31-17 as we get ready for quarter number 4. Tornadoes with the basketball. They made one run into this game, a 12-0 run that got them the lead. They're going to need another one like that to get back in it here in the fourth. And that's not going to help as Isaiah steps in the way of the pass and comes away with the steal. Bowers with the dribble along the right side. Grunder over to Cannon. They're joined by Dewberry and Hamlin on the floor for Lincoln.
Yeah, man-to-man for the Tornadoes.
Looking to go backdoor. Isaac had a hard time handling the pass, and then he's going to be called for traveling. Boy, when we had a good angle, Josh, it looked like Titus, that window was real
Tough
tight
catch,
to get that pass.
Boy, you only saw Terrell Owens and those guys catch a pass like that with one hand, and that was a tough catch by Isaac. It was a
well now, you won't see a spike like that in USA volleyball.
No, that was Bertschneider not jumping very much to go up for a layup, and that was Mr. Hamlin coming over and jumping a lot. So, of course, you'd love to see, Railers with a turnover.
Another steal by the Railers. Minute gone by in the fourth. Dewberry back out to Jermaine. Jermaine off the glass. Nice touch and good.
Yeah, reward the big man for running the floor, Jeff, and that's exactly what Isaiah to Isaac to Jermaine, and a nice finish around the basket.
33-17. Jumper for 3 on the way, and air ball goes up. Tracked down by Jermaine. This is looking more like the Railers we're used to seeing.
Yeah, back on defense, covering up shooters, and not a lot of space there for. Yeah.
Oh, and then an offensive foul is going to be whistled on Titus. It looked like the Railers were going to go into that four-corner spread. Titus drove the lane, and Taylor did a nice job of stepping in. Cannon picks up his third.
Yeah, and when you start to see that guy come over to take a charge, you just got to pull up with 2 feet and either drive dish or kiss it off the glass with a nice little 3-foot shot. So I think you see Cannon get back in there, he'll definitely be a little more under control.
6:15 left in our contest. Railers' lead is 16, and then a reach-in foul whistled on Grunder. So in the span of about 15 seconds, Cannon and Grunder now each with 3.
Yeah, 6:14 left, so not a big deal. Obviously, you don't want to get one here in the next minute or so, but it's hard to call these aggressive defenders off.
Taylorville looking for something. 3 on the way, left it short, and there's Jermaine to clean up the rebound again. And then a foul is going to be whistled on Livingston as he wasn't going to take it away from Jermaine.
No, Jermaine really did a good job on the boards. Not only probably 3 block shots tonight, but he has cleaned up the glass on our end.
Timeout taken by Taylorville. 6:02 to go in the contest. Lincoln on top, 33-17. They're taking time. We'll take it with them. Railers up 16. Back in a moment with Lincoln Railer basketball. Back in Taylorville, where the Railers are 6:02 away from an Apollo Conference Championship. Railer basketball this year brought to you by the Carpet House, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, and Lincoln Dare and Officer Christy Fruget.
Well, Jeff, and you've got senior night for us a week from tonight at Roy S. And then Saturday and Sunday, you've got the John Welsh Memorial Tournament. 170 teams coming into town. Almost every gym and gymnasium in Lincoln is filled up. So, of course, in honor of the longtime coach, Coach John Welsh, those guys that have kept it going after he started this thing has even kept it going even better and more.
So for the Railers, you've got Bowers, Sloan, Dewberry, Bacon, and Hamlin. You've got Jermaine in the deep corner down here. Timeout taken by the Railers, just a 30-second timeout. And Jermaine found himself stuck in that corner and really was unsure what to do.
Yeah, and I think in this offense where you spread everybody out and you park your guy that doesn't handle the ball the best, you put him over here, and he's your last option. I think this offense isn't for him. It's spread out. Everybody's around the three-point line or out, and you got guards that drive. And if you drive and his man comes over, then you can dish for some help. But that's at last resort. You know, Jermaine's his strength is not at 22 feet from the basket. It's about from 2 feet. And Coach wants to spread it out and see if his guards can get to the glass. You saw a little bit of it Tuesday night where we just spread the floor, and our guys went around the guys from Bloomington rather easily. That's how Grunder made his living almost the other night in that fourth quarter, was spreading it out and getting to the dish. And we've been able to do that some tonight, but a lot of times we haven't made the layups. Tuesday night we made them.
Into the backcourt to Sloan. Interesting, as the Railers look like they're going to try and run some clock and do some ball handling. You've got Grunder and Cannon both on the bench. Dewberry down the lane, back out to Bacon. Bacon 3 on the way, back rim no, but Jermaine tracks down the rebound, and then Jermaine took a little hop, and he's going to be called for traveling. 5:16 left in the contest. Lincoln still up 33-17. Taylorville looking for their first field goal of the second half. They've been held to 1 free throw. Moats, hounded by Dewberry on the far side. He dribbles in, missed it, and a foul is going to be whistled.
22.
Taylorville, I think, coming in on the rebound. Yep. Foul on Rothmeyer. So now Grunder will check in. He will step in for Dewberry. More substitution. Justin Wright in for Taylorville, replacing Odom. Bowers inbounds to Sloan. Tate into the front court. Then a foul is going to be whistled on Taylorville. That'll be Bert Schneider, his second.
Yeah, Taylorville might be trying to get a little bit closer to the bonus now. Just 4 team fouls on them. They want to get a little bit closer. If this game does get a little bit more closely, then they've got a chance to get some.
Oh, nice look inside from Grunder, who threw the pass from right in front of us. Tate Sloan streaking to the basket. Tate with the catch and the layup on the back door. And the Railers are now up 35-17.
Been running that play for about 25 years now, Jeff, and it works almost every time. Everybody wants to pressure the basketball, and Tate looks like he's going back in the backcourt to get the ball and fakes it and goes back the other way and winds up in the layup.
4:20 to go. Railers on a 22-1 run That's got him on top, 35-17. Livingston over to right on the left wing, down to Rothmeyer. Livingston will take a three off the left side of the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound. And traveling's going to be whistled. I think he got two tornadoes holding onto the basketball.
Yeah, you're right. One of them had it and the other one was in the way, and they both moved, and the ref caught him with a little travel.
Halfway through the fourth, Lincoln on top, 35-17. Grunder drives at the top of the key, kicks it out to Hamlin. Jermaine stuck in that corner again, back out to Sloan. Now to Grunder. Grunder's going to drive down the lane, had it knocked out of his hand, but a foul. He had a little help.
5 team fouls now for the Tornadoes, and that's exactly what Coach, you saw a lot of it tonight in the fourth quarter of the sophomore game. The Railers with 5 ball handlers out there for the most part, and guys just putting their head down and trying to find an easy basket.
Railers the basketball. Sloan holds near the volleyball line now to Hamlin, who pops out. And then a foul is going to be whistled out high. That'll go against Wright. His second, 16 foul. And with 3.5 to go in the fourth, Josh, Lincoln probably just a few moments away from doing something tonight they haven't done all night. That's go to the free throw
line. Yeah.
Isaiah looking to inbound, gets it out to Sloan in the backcourt. Sloan. Out to Bacon. Backdoor cut to Grunder. Missed it. Rebound comes down. Grunder with his rebound, lays it up and in.
Yeah, Ben was the highest at the first layup that he made, and he was the highest after he missed it to get the rebound. Quick jumper off the floor again for Grunder, and he knew exactly what happened. He shot the ball too long, and he was the first one to go get it.
Foul in the corner as Livingston will get 3 free throws. Foul was on Drew Bacon. His second, 7th team foul. Livingston at the line. 3 free throws coming his way. The 6'1" junior, first one is good.
His first good look, really, since the first half. The Railers have done an excellent job of finding where he's been, and he's happy to get to the free throw line where he's not guarded and he doesn't have a guy in green chasing him down.
Hamlin will take a seat. Cannon back in. Livingston made first, missed second, and makes the third. That makes it 37-19. Railers get into the front court. Cannon will back it out now that they're in the offensive end. 3 minutes to go. Lincoln on top, 37-19. Bacon out to Bowers. You're up 18. You're thinking free throws and layups now, I guess.
I think so. You've got your good lineup in with a lot of ball handlers. You can attack the basket and finish.
Bowers goes in strong. Wild shot, no good. Rebound down to Taylorville. Right down court, and he missed the layup as he tried to get it over Bacon. Titus Cannon the rebound. Bowers with the dribble. Watched by Moats. Isaiah's picked up his dribble, kicks out over to Sloan on the sideline. Now to Cannon. 2 minutes to go. Titus goes strong. He's hammered. He goes to the line for 2. First free throws of the night for the Railers coming up. Foul will be on Rothmeyer, his third. Titus checks into the contest, a 74% free throw shooter. Titus with the free throw up and good.
14, Evan Champley checks in. They got to believe that is a senior, and I checked the program, and it is, so he's going to get his time here with 2:02 left here on senior night from Taylorville.
Cannon's second one, got them both.
Yeah, nice game by Titus tonight too. Hit a couple threes, has been able to get to the basket, got a couple steals where it led to some layups for him and his team, so nice night by the senior.
39-19. Titus leading the way with 14 tonight. Minute 45 to go in the contest. Moats over to Livingston on the left wing. Moats will fire a long three, and he hit it. Deep three makes it 39-22. But this one is pretty much in the bag here for the Railers with 1:10 to go. Underneath, bullet pass from Bowers to Grunder, up and in.
Yeah, a nice pass by Grunder and a nice pass by Bowers. A great cut by Grunder. We've seen that several times, Jeff, where the Railers have caught and really done a good job of cutting to the basket.
A dump down for Champley, who lays it up and in and is fouled. Foul was on Bowers, his second, 8th team foul. So the senior in the book here tonight on senior night. Now we got some more substitutions coming in for Taylorville. Play the seniors.
Yeah, and I think your Coach Alexander, you know, you maybe get your guys out. Just a minute left to go here, and you've got what could be a very tough game again tomorrow. You know, you're at Decatur Eisenhower, and they've been up and down this year. They've played against some teams. They played well against some teams, and taken them to good games. And they've also probably lost to some teams that they shouldn't have lost to. But you know, it'll be another good test on the road tomorrow night.
Free throw by Champley, no good. Goes out of bounds, so the Railers will lead inbounding. 1 minute to go, up 41-24. Grunder on the right wing, on top to Sloan.
Probably won't see another shot from the Railers, Jeff, unless it's a wide open layup.
And you talk about seniors. It's senior night out there for the Railers as well. All 5 on the floor are seniors. All
5 on the floor, and I think maybe Coach Al is doing this a little bit because this will be their first conference championship of their 4 years, and it's nice to have those guys out on the floor to kind of celebrate their hard work.
Down to 20 seconds, 41-24. Grunder will dribble it out. Cannon over to Bowers. We're down to 10. Isaiah will dribble to the near corner in front of us. The final seconds will tick off on this one. And when the buzzer sounds, the Railers will be Apollo Conference champions. Final score from Taylorville. Lincoln 41. Taylorville 24. Railers improved to 22-5 on the season. 11-1 in conference play. Taylorville 19-8, 7-4 in conference. Railers win 41-24. We'll be back with the Josh Komnick Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic Center postgame show in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Back in Taylorville, Railers get the victory tonight, 41-24. And with the victory, they move to 11-1 in the Apollo. And that's good enough to give them the conference championship here this season. We're joined now by Lincoln coach Neil Alexander. Coach, congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the conference championship. Early on, got off to that 11-1 run to get the start. Things were looking very good. Coach Brown called a timeout, and it seemed like there through the rest of the half, Railers seemed really out of sync tonight.
Yeah, we didn't find our shooters. We kind of just was daydreaming and focused on the ball instead of finding, their shooters where they were at. And, they had Livingston that just lit it up for us. for them, and, you know, we didn't find him. I think they had, 15, 16 at half, and he had 9, and it was all three-pointers. And it was simply because we were out of position from the wing, the dribble drive that freezes our back, that can't get to him. And the second half, you know, we just basically opened up the middle because, you know, we were just letting them, if they wanted to go inside, you know, and if they attacked the basket, for most part, you had Jermaine sitting back there, and, you know, he kind of intimidates a few people.
Well, and that thing, and then you were able to run at Livingston, and you saw their offense, where in the first half, Coach was right around the three-point area and driving. In the second half, it was almost over next to us. I mean, they were out on the perimeter. They were 25 feet from the hoop, and they just couldn't get anything going. Guys covered up a lot better in the second half.
Yeah, you know, we recognized where we were at, but, you know, we got to be able to talk on the floor. We're screaming from the bench which player, you know, which guy had him. And, you know, they need to be able to talk on the floor to be able to focus and find him and so forth. But, you know, it's a good win. We knew coming down here that it wasn't going to be anything like the first time we played, because we completely took them out of everything. And, you know, playing in their gym, they're more comfortable. And we just concerned about all the shooters that we had instead of just the Livingston boy.
Coach, Titus Cannon led the way tonight. He had 14. And I'm not sure it was the way that you drew it up, but probably no bigger single shot than Titus hitting that 3 off the glass at the end of the first half.
Yeah, you know, he's got to call that for it to count, and I don't think I heard him.
I don't think
it.
You took it back.
No, I didn't. I didn't go up and say, hey, he didn't call that. You know, we've had a few of them happen to us before, so we'll take one.
Yeah, Coach, you talked about not only Titus with that shot, but I thought he was really good on a couple passes where he was able to steal them, whether we got a good trap in the corner. I think he read one about midcourt and sliced through, and he was able to turn some quick turnovers into some points at some times where we really needed a basket.
Yeah, you know, the score, we had our little run there in the fourth period that got us our lead, but, you know, we had to keep with it and stay with it, and, you know, they had 1 point there, about 4 minutes into the fourth quarter, and that's pretty good defense when you're playing high school basketball and you're only giving up 1 point in about 12 minutes. So.
And Coach Grunder got it going again early off of what he was able to do Tuesday night with the 30 points. He got a 3, he got a jumper to go early, and then he got saddled with some foul trouble, and he came back in a little bit in the second and probably was just maybe a little timid, and I thought it was a good play by you guys of putting him in, because it was a time where we looked a little out of sorts without him out there, and then he came back in the third to start the half and pick up right where he left off. I think 2 or 3 quick baskets by Grunder again.
Yeah, you know, and in the first half we didn't dribble drive or anything into their zone or so forth. You know, and that middle was wide open, and we got a lot of 15-footers the second half, which was kind of the thing that we wanted to do, was try to get to 15-foot, because really that's our best shot. It was right in that center of the lane, and you know, we missed some layups. It was uncharacteristic of us, and but you got to be able to play and make things happen. So,
Coach, Josh pointed out there in the late in the second quarter, it seemed like there was a lot of occasions where anytime you and the coaching staff was calling out a play, Taylorville would immediately switch defenses. How hard is that for your players to recognize going back and forth?
It was hard, but what we ended up doing was, if they were in man, we'd call a zone set, you know, and then they'd jump into a zone and we'd be okay. But they still that created a little bit of problem for us and confusion, but once we got the dribble drive and got some penetration, it opened up a lot.
Yeah, Coach, and then you almost went to the 4 or 5 out there late in the game and just told your guys to get to the basket. We were able to get some shots, but mainly it was the defense in the second half that was the staple. It's been the staple of your team this year, and it held true again tonight to grab your first and the one of hopefully many conference championships in the Apollo. And it's nice, 11-1 on the season. And talk a little bit about your conference title.
Well, you know, we came into the year wanting to win the conference, and you know, the first game of the conference we lose, and we're sitting behind the 8 ball. And I believe, if you didn't see the score, I think Charleston beat Muhammad tonight.
Oh, really?
So we basically won it by 2 games, but you know, anytime you win a championship, whether it be a conference championship or regional, sectional, there's no way that we played anything like we did Tuesday night, but give Taylorville some credit. They forced us into some bad things, but it was an experience. It was playing new teams. There was some gyms that in my 41 years of coaching that I've never coached in. I had 3 in this conference. I had never been to Charleston, Mahomet, or Effingham, and those are gyms that I'm 1-0 in.
Well, and you talked about it. If you're going to win a championship there, a regional something, you've got to win on the road, and you've been pretty good on the road this year.
We have, and we got one more at home, and it's a doozy. So, but we got one on the road tomorrow night that'll be a really tough one. If you didn't see, the pairings came out tonight, and really, I thought Southeast is didn't get any breaks being the number 1 seed. They're going to have to probably play Eisenhower and then turn around and play MacArthur over in Decatur. And, we're at Rochester with Lamphere, and, we'll get the winner of the Griffin-Jacksonville game, I believe.
Yep. So, Coach, this time of year, get the wins any way you can. You got one here tonight. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations on the conference championship. And we will see you tomorrow night in Decatur. And like I said, is it one of those games that you are leery about? Because Eisenhower is familiar with the Lincoln style with the conference games.
We're going to basically find out how that's affecting them because they haven't seen us all year. So we're hoping that by playing us and really focusing on us in the conference, that maybe that not seeing us, not really, Lincoln, we don't have to worry about anymore, and all of a sudden now you got to play us. So we're going to see how that affects us and so forth. And even, when we step into regional play, we're going to get some Central State 8 teams. So not playing them, is it good or bad? We'll find out.
All right, Coach, congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow night over in Decatur.
Okay, thank you.
Railers get the victory here on a Friday night, win the Apollo Conference Championship. We'll wrap it up in a moment. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Lincoln Railer Basketball on 96.3 WLCN and WLCNonline.com is brought to you by Grau Incorporated, Schneider Chiropractic, Headline Salon, Lincoln Heating and Cooling, Fifth Street Food Mart, Community Action Partnership of Central Illinois, The Carpet House, Rickham State Farm Insurance, Lincoln IGA, Lincoln College, Bright Ideas Screen Printing and Embroidery, St. Clair's Manor, Lincoln Park District, Grimaldi Law Office, Memorial Sports Care at Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Jim Examus Ford Lincoln, Stacy's Family Pharmacy, Lincoln Dare, Eaton Corporation, Abraham Lincoln Memorial Hospital, Lincoln Printers, Chicago Street Rentals, and by Four Corners Lube.